Hello, I'm Lenard Petit, the Artistic Director of the Michael Chekhov Acting Studio in New York. I'd like to share a few thoughts with you about how we're going to work and how we're going to go on at the studio. The Michael Chekhov Acting Studio has managed to stay alive and active through this remote engagement online. I want to thank all of you who have continued to stay active with us and who continue to develop your imaginations as actors. Something about this format of Zoom is working, even though it is not ideal. Those who come have found a way to commit to the agreement that it will work, and so it does. Something gets accomplished, and we all come back to the virtual studio and do more. During this year of isolation, much of the world has looked inward to evaluate how life and work has pursued, how it is now, and how it goes forward. We've all been involved in this activity, quiet and alone. I've been immersed in the Michael Chekhov technique for 40 years. And during this inward time, I have been looking at ways to recalibrate it for myself while searching for its essence and what really needs to be transmitted for practical purposes. The philosophy is rich and can be intellectually appreciated, but it is an acting technique. And so that is most important, is its application to the very real world of performance and self-expression. Of all the tools that Chekhov offered to actors, one stands out as essential and all-encompassing. Every tool and technique points to the psychological gesture. All elements in the technique go towards realizing it. I like to think of the psychological gesture as the flower of the technique. So I want to turn the attentions and efforts at the studio to mastering that element of the technique. The psychological gestures that belong in the theater, and the development of the psychological gesture as a way of understanding life's processes. This will become the focus of our upcoming work. We are offering a program of workshops with the psychological gesture in mind. I will be offering a workshop called The Architecture of the Psychological Gesture, specifically on how to approach, direct, create, and apply the psychological gesture. This work will include an imaginative investigation of the human body, the whole of it and its parts, and how all of it stands in relation to sensation and impulses and that motivate us toward physical expression before the public or the camera. I do look for this class. I will be teaching. It will be coming soon, and I am very excited about this new approach to teaching the technique. As a means to support this initiative, the studio is offering workshops that are a fitting background for this pursuit. First is a workshop in spatial dynamics. Spatial dynamics is a body-space awareness practice with a strong focus on form. The forms of the exercises and techniques are characterized by the use of curves, spirals, vortices, and spheres. This will be taught by longtime studio member Melania Levitsky. Melania appreciates the actor's need to break from habitual behavior and movements from our daily stresses. These habit movements are coping mechanisms that short-circuit our sense of intention and form. They exist to dull the world of physical sensation, to keep life from overwhelming us. This work with Melania helps to bring the rehearsing actor to an objective relationship with their own body and space and the movements they make. Melania brings a humor and seriousness that makes uncovering such valuable knowledge joyful while bringing it to a practical sensibility. This class starts Tuesday. I encourage you to check it out. Secondly, we are also offering a workshop in support of the psychological gesture called Working the Basics, which is an overview and simple approach to the basic working parts of the Chekhov technique that augment and lead actors to the psychological gesture. Emma Wade is offering this workshop. Emma has immersed herself in the study of the Chekhov technique at our studio for the past 6 years. She is fully steeped in the practice and approach that is celebrated and unique to the Michael Chekhov Acting Studio. We are very proud and happy to have Emma join our faculty in support of our new goal of focusing on the psychological gesture. Keep an eye out for these new offerings and additional classes into June that support this focus. Thank you for listening. We hope to see you in the virtual studio.